Pibi upena semsa. Animo ye de wa o ka kire ni se wonyema wa na.
Yo bafo ana bono hini de na me fa bono hini dedi kan no me fa enchama otiefo.
Okay.
Na minya invitation say me ba be dwumadi wa he na asase me nuse mo ye twi sa o.
Ye twi pa.
Enti e kan no na me say asase on so da bi asase pa.
Okay.
Na minim.
Okay.
Na me buy mo hu say mo bo adwuma pa me fa konya we so abo mabaso pa me say ma ba pen but me buy no me buy
BBC for no
abofo okay ba mo kambo for say na ya mo ono so no ya adwuma BBC na bofo no papa bi enye bofo
enye DB
na Kofi B and cre na meka say boni meka say na your mutual friends.
Okay.
Enti abra obo sa de dwom no Bantima
Kwesi Boakye no
me nso me Bantima ni yo me Bantima ho na me nyini ya kopem se we university a me kwa buchi.
Okay.
Enti tama nenyo no buy no Kwesi Boakye Bantima Kwesi Boakye no bia de edlenkeme ade o papa na me papa nso de Kwesi Boakye
o papa wo
okay friend Benjamin Kwesi Boakye iti na obi kasa ade e papa na ba na enye me papa. Enti abra me contest MP no for the Eco Bantima no. And now we say enwom no ene me din na ma fon so frame Bantima Asenso-Boakye. Ene me din no ese. Enti no obey remix.
E di ama
me. Through mutual friend back former member of parliament. Enti oye we ti enwom no enwom ye me de. And as na me ko launch me campaign o Bantima. No so okoye program bi wo say Western Central region aba. Nti no ba one me beko kuma seni akọ launch campaign. 107.3 asase ade be chi ama ya ko weti say okoye program wo Central region aka ba bi.
Wow.
Yeah, was
ade be chi am akọ launch campaign no.
Yeah. Na ko bank na on makokuma se no. It was very devastating for me. Na we ni papa pa na nyom so say de wonim no na e dey ye nti ya me fa ne currency
right ya very come but deal that the lumba so afre mo menim say ono so obi a wo ka or soft sport for MPP na you are we na dia and then now what the kai the lumba na fi ye ndin come
that the lumba ade am dey kind of the first time that I got personal touch with him. Me Nana Kufuado. That time now your opposition leader. I'm saying, yeah, you remember maybe a surgery. It's a spinal surgery. That time I'm saying what Central here chill baby. It's a coherno. Me Nana Kufuado ne honorable Kokofu, former Bantima MP, and in Pennyphobia near coherno. If you honor obey Madame Ama na a brand nyina na yetimi kasa. A chain no na say no home fa no papa. Nti tema be hunu bia no na hu se no hu nya den se de etie no. Eni se be week or so ago it is as some bonny say. Enne enno anadwuna na Kufuado no wotukwan obedun Ghana.
Okay.
Nti awie ena minimi colleagues the former appointees of the Kufuado's government no yekuja no ema ne kochia abusia em say obi adi adanse say for contemporary high life day and they call if you're not president no bobo high life won't put fuga minti da kra inti no me metimi aka contemporary high life that's what I'm familiar with. Say any fee there me nyini say Ghana ha obi abonyom consistently a hit as in that dilumba. Now for bia obia kanasem. Then say in shape you say na Prince King Charles. Now he did me juma die kese bi o Buckingham Palace. Say nyum kra no obo no ho.
Yeah.
A chair say we a global figure. Na bon so de onim no. Ewo de sana yankopon ahye no. Penfo say obretwa ewo.
Yeah.
enyina bedum rebi no ehu ye bi de hia ne se wo asase so a bedi djuma na ede enkoso eni ede mpuntuo abramansa bedi djuma a ede enipa beka nipa bom na etimi aboama enipa abrabo atumpon.
Okay. Right. Mera say yebekọ na fe ya hwe substantive issue da bama so but nyame ya domo da wochina o meye vigil ama dead lumba deal e wo Black Star Square me ba sisi ya me ba ebedi nkomo akraba nya akwa bro no mama me nkona me ne honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye ni nkomo afi no abeke ho ahye no so ma me say hana Ghana ti ha na say uti. Honorable, once again good evening.
Good evening, Ibrahim.
Baby aboko dia
Adom
yedi kan Ghana edase MPP edase what pay reduce or Ghana what pay reduce in MPP and ade a mani jo ho no say obi wo hokra na yekeka akwan asemi yankotifie or the blanket or then dom de krom ho no madam mfa ho because abana co-opposition but there be still MPP eda wakuma so and inti anadwi ye no ewo ha ye bedi nkomo afa nsem a onabo Kwame Agoja wode tu dwa Rose Minister ensem okeka kan ye say MPP aban betina konya so kwan ya mu claim sem aye mo nyeye and was say why inspection tour akoko mia bibiri 1000 kilometers road kra no ohun say motimi etwa de kan bantima te say constituency te say
bantima de mi ni se boni bia o.
Okay.
Me say bantima constituency no me di ni pa say de me se me ni omudi no me back kunwa isu first time me be contest no both am nyaye na percentage wise no na obi antimi nya bisa obantima and I even national no doing MPP no obi antimi nya bisa. I got 89%.
Wow.
Of the votes.
Secret then.
Well, I think say I'm probably the only person who was born and raised and also hail from the constituency.
Okay.
And you know, that personal connection is there. Exactly. And answer krana maybe Sunday SMB MP no be ko hono na ma shaase nso so tu anamo bebre e ma omunya gidi omu se nyame adom na so momma msa akonya na metimi aye adwuma no nse no boy na ye kowie na me say siki re-election no na obianu se nki betimi anya abro since akra de nya the previous year no enso so ankoba na sa enso that notwithstanding they still remain the highest in MPP, the higher percentage of votes.
The whole Ghana.
Wow. MPP, 85%. And you know, say last election day, 65, you know, be anti-assay. I feel na still you're trying to come to terms with it. But still, no. Me boost a percentage of minya, and I'm say, be no timinya, bisa. I think the closest was 79%. By another, yeah. Into no, omni me edini. Into no, boni be anyhow.
Right.
Boni bi eno. Mpuntu na ni guso edeko.
In opposition still what me development.
Oh kakra send any opposition MPD na zo nya hwe. No so ye no ma.
And is for opposition almost here.
And right cry no hospital bi French Intruso Hospital. One of the very important health facilities in Kumasi, constituency, but there's several other constituencies, and even beyond Ashanti region. And I say, I think Monday, come on, hospital beds, mattress, and the monitors, and if you chase, I say, say, no, here pa. And you want there, but the first is 20 years in Yacheswa.
Right, life in opposition, send a treat too.
I have some time now. I'm able to provide some oversight. We can say
responsibilities.
Me personal businesses beer. Now first, na me nyakwan entimi from a ninko home. Itimi ye. And my meeting so a common constituency. Me I'm a full good dinkuta home. And my me so me spending more time with my family. First, no more home. Bibresa and the mano
answer because school
exactly first so the 90s and it we fie answer no mother first no obe sorry no na school na wa da na sorry because we ban anajopa inti no personally no ama me time kakra ama me so mitimi nya medjuma so parliament sin first no
right yena say afem yen konsem ne ni nkomo ye be party nkomo kakra nse na mamo akọ but yen ko ensem mu ankasa as former road minister what is road minister edia tudwa say akwanya hodo a MPP aban betina konwa so mu claim so maye no entisa no no aye inspection tour o makọ aprobo akọ akwan bi nom 1000 kilometers kranya de say o mahu bi no dedi kan ete wo sen epemo eye wo sen
yo I think say as a semi mama fu hu say opanyina o road minister sisi ya no o obi a minim de pa me no ene ko university na ye nyina wo the same hall of residence Independence Hall and I the same faculty which is now the College of it's architecture and planning as and built environment, which is Faculty of Architecture and Planning. Now you be a professionally no or any juma kama. Now unfortunately no about politics now. I'm saying now politics no any demo. So parliament kasa na so tiusu kasa na oma politics no. It didn't need too much. No na ya na e ha me no. Now so ask me okay, this is not the first time or kasa. Oh yeah, you maybe say in fact okay maybe flower pot interchange ni ye bia no e dan na papa no tro to say project no onim say we start project there are something we call variations. It means vary.
Yeah.
So what I say into we try to say you start project na the figure ni say and see we na the figure no say a brosa no unpuni say corruption bi and so no nimpa the entire course because project in start here no the scope no exercise ma increase no nti ma cost no cost but knowing very well say sanity no what true bibi for Ghanaians to think say the MPP is corrupt nti idea politics da no way ebiom oba vetting ya point no oba vetting and then the first time I can say rules na say aye no enye no kre nti no ma me call parliament abra na ye confirm the nomination of parliament na I spoke in support of him no me cheche mu what the 13,624 kilometers na you know the various components they tier me cheche mu
right me patron
be a
for the sake of our listeners you know saying susu bio kilometers na saying
okay I'll records what Ministry of Roads and Highways and I think it's important that I underscore the fact say data na what ministry hono a politician be an
okay
politician being will generate data
artificial
and yet we have a very competent directorate if you know monitoring and evaluation directorate or more offices or region bia nti contract be be sign you start work na o me call every day call site you go make sure say be a contract no bia is happening on site jumedi o me di bia o me be record waba nti information me be ba no accurate, nobody can dispute that. And information o me dey buy at the end of 2024 December 2024 na Juma road projects and I say road interventions na Akufo-Addo aban aye no na e cover 13,624 kilometers for 8 years na Akufo-Addo ba be adwuma no.
Okay.
Na when no ma side compare say abra na President Mills ni President Mahama war for 8 years no. Omomo road project road interventions omo year no. 4,636 kilometers. Let's say the Akufo-Addo year over 3 times more than the previous any Mahama first government no every year. Na sa record we no we ni beka say unprecedented. E bin Ghana da. na the tie ba ansa ne say na Akufo-Addo who say obi a unim de na he's read a lot and traveled far we are see into unim nyoma ye aban so ye emma mpuntu oba. You can talk about the education, but that's one of his firm belief. So maybe a bit tumpon here a solid education and a dedicated population. Yeah. And it's now yes, again a second do no or the better educating of. We can go into that if time but he also believes say answer that maybe a because no. I just say road infrastructure no, you elevating no.
Okay.
In America, the entire America too pompa and say at a point in their life no, in 1960s 70s no, I mean say all the states no, they are going to build highways, dual carriage highways to connect all the American states. I mean say no, the return on investment per $1 no was $6, 600% on investment. Wow. Into the road. Which say when you put in place good road infrastructure, it drives economic growth.
You can rake in revenue from it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is the belief. Man, Nana Akufo-Addo. Yes, any what the Ghana Sikano ebe share road construction. Until we even at a period we had what we called year of roads. So unprecedented investment, unprecedented outcomes in the form of road interventions up to 13,624 kilometers.
Right.
Now,
me too.
And this is for no, it that achievement it unsettles them.
Okay.
I'm
trying to say that.
And they know said to be very difficult, maybe very difficult
for them to achieve
that. And you know, one strategy they are using is to water it down. Say omo betu futuro ni futuro gu Ghana for ni say e nya no kre ya nya bibia sa enti enano ugwade yi omo koye accountability han wo Jubilee House na panyin road minister sakuru repeat the same thing o say obaye minister no akọ Ghana nyina Rose say ya ye no wa hu na no pa na me say okay road project ba ko a opanyin fa so tem bia o kono constituency whole main road dualization e come Facebook and then me to one upon pictures and beautiful project the bia opanyin o kono kroma adakulu ofra kra ofa so
aban na MPP aban complete here.
MPP aban actual construction started in 2017.
Okay.
Year be bia complete.
First
the bia enum crown was won. Until now we say a deliberate attempt to throw dust in the minds of the Ghanaian. And you know, me so no ministry no man koche Obi we say injury time minister me call no na first quarter first quarter me ko to aso no me sua no makakra free ho enuma ye nyina me nua panyina na se mofa ona abo amakwata enyuma pa odi nyina na hihia na oda to nyina no eko to aso.
Okay.
Ema ye time no so no ye bi ka ho ama itimi achieve this unprecedented enti abroad cast bim no and me dana me need some for kasai na me ka say I don't know yes sir when we say data we say okoto the nika kra ni say okọ ministry ho no wa ye reshuffle.
Okay.
We're changing crofobia ho but the only director one changing is the director of monitoring and evaluation. Okay. The person who compiled this data no ono kwa no answer no let's say wo DJ no ewo no na want me an question no he cannot question him anyway because when he said this is the true data but oba publica and oba kind of because they know that our record of unprecedented achievement in the road sector no on settle mo into 10 bia no mpese omo water down interventions ayaye no obia of course you know very well say we am build the road over bia
yeah
you know very well tama ye buy no MPP are buy no na researcher ministry na ye say network size Ghana road network size no as at 2017 no na 78,402 kilometers 78,402 kilometers as at the year 2022
don't batch me ba fa manusi ye sene be ya efiefo no beti ase ye pa no wo ka 78,402 kilometers no na wo pa kire sen wo ka se mo heritage sa 78,402 no so wo kire ase to the ordinary Ghanaian, to the lay person on the street
network ya ye ho adwuma wo Ghana ha no ye beto ye
akwan okay
ye beto ye MPP for beto ye no
okay
na ye 78,402
okay
by 2022 no na ye bia ka ho amana grow abesi 94,203 na the work na ye atoaso no reporter ministry for no mi be free o mo kan say omo provisional data say by end of 2024 no na increase yako 130,000 kilometers.
Wow.
This is unprecedented. It means Ghana had, and this is not a data Asenso-Boakye. This is not a data Amakwata ye. Nye data Akufo-Addo ye. Ye engineers data or mere civil servants. Technocrats or ministry. Now there bakwa so far yana hame Ghana journalists for no say. All my politicians in Kwane Kasa. They don't let the civil servants speak. And I say express speak. Inti kame Abuja be kan we na ka Asenso-Boakye so can different thing. Na ko makofa expert bia we ye adwuma wo ministry order we nim emu no so abe e fe no fact check.
But yes and this ya ben o mpam nipa no. Obeka no klase be yinadi.
Well, not necessarily someone who is at post.
Okay.
Say if you are retired, if you want to be a consultant to the do all the any kumbuku no cry. And go for and then mobile you will be ready and then Matisse Ghana Maritime Authority. People who have worked there for the last 15 years. You made. And Castle was saying that okay, the any one who cry in an hour.
Right, me say you touch a handful of roads akwanya hodoa say wo data no ha
the individual roads
kakra the handful of roads are by the by what touch because was you movie and probably a be na Ghana ni BT obeka say okay e be akwan no e wo he but say ni ha we can find an appropriate time say
of course one can have be
okay
say the Botema road you say offer soda
yeah for Botema road in this way
bia ka ho asem ba ko bia me commission e wo say Techimentia became Kusi Akomadan first class road flower pot interchange you saw it tema interchange your friend say tema roundabout interchange phase 1 phase 2 you saw it Ubechebi interchange phase 1 phase 2 NDC 4x for 8 years no year 5 interchanges then Akufo-Addo 9
wow
and no crown now we are about 7 now and also so under various stages of completion you come Takra there if you be PTC Kwame Nkrumah circle or Takra there interchange it's over 80% complete na the entire entime we answer na free ono unim death exchange program na buy no ema abofo ana edu omo kanyina no omo every drum or music and the construction. It's one of the projects affecting. And so no, and the crime can want some parliament Wednesday, no, because as the road minister, no, now me finance minister agree. Said by the end of 2024, let's say about for scanning Maya, you bet budget for the current year. Okay. Yeah, you saw a bicycle they are complete. I asked a question. Oh, Parliament. I mean, Busa road minister and say, "At the end, moment me alpha, almost so-called big push, you know. Moment me alpha pushy PTC and then Nungwa the answer and so Akahono. They should have used the big push to complete that. And so no, because the MPP project is starting. When you say Omuya Serbia song, be a Kufuado and MPP in the Beji home and Munya. Enti roads need I have all the data, but the single you need it. My meter says I can become some but for every region, I can tell you the number of kilometers we worked on.
So quickly, send a bear for the benefit of the doubt. Make an NDC if we say presidents or monitor because we say Hana Ghana tie. Mamu region no any kilometers I would.
Oh yeah. All right. I've been
yeah, we Bremer party. Yeah, mantam num. But before. Okay, Yanko, where ready? Yanko.
So at the regional level, for instance, Central Region, yeah, by 9DC4, I 397 kilometers.
Okay,
there's a Nekufuado a by or 1,008 kilometers.
Wow, Central Region,
that is a 154% increase from what the NDC did. And what the MPP did in 8-year period, the same period. Ashanti region is even higher. The Bayano, 9 DC 4 years, 781 kilometers. The Nekufuado year, 2,126. That is 172 kilometers. Percent increase. That is unprecedented. About BNY in Ashanti region, 1 year rose a chain and Nekufuado. Not even half. And it goes through across the regions. In Western region, we did 34% more than what they did. In Bono region, we did 228% more. Almost 155 kilometers. No? Yeah, by 509 kilometers. The same as if I say Bono East. You know, quite almost a report on the by just say 1,000%, 1,079%. Our Bunu East. I have 134% more than what NDC did. Everywhere, region by region. Let me pull Greater Accra. Say no, Hani one. Greater Accra, they did 665 kilometers. MPP did 2,055 kilometers.
No.
And you know, because of that,
data we roads and highways.
I'm documenting me. And I'm here. I'm documenting.
And depend on person
and he knows that handing over no sir. Technocrats no a tray. He knows that. And they admire our record.
Okay.
And they want to do something to match our record. And that is why they have brought this so-called big push. And the big push, big push. And Wednesday, we can have some more parliament.
Okay.
We can have some more parliament. Say the big so-called big push, I've studied it carefully as a former minister. And I've realized that it's neither big nor balanced. Not strategic.
The big push.
It's not big.
And yet strategic.
It's not balanced. It's not strategic.
Why do you say that?
Okay. I've already Mr. Bofono everybody. Medical catch you say road construction and a travel economic development. So if you want to use Ghana's oil to go into road construction, what you have to do is to make sure that yes, or you say Obama build the roads connect the economic centers. in Nana Akufo-Addo's second NPP's government, next government, no, between myself as road minister and the Ministry of Finance, no, what we had agreed on was to do what we call economic roads.
Economic roads.
Economic roads.
Yeah, economic roads in our patch, and why economic roads?
There are some roads, we are a bit boamana drive economic development. Now, Omana and Yesika. Omani Yesika, now ye other roads. In economics, there is something we call propelling sectors.
Okay.
The propelling sectors in here, where we invest here, when Yesika film,
capital expenditure.
At the eco share at the full.
Okay.
Not necessarily capital expenditure. For instance, in a sector like tourism, okay, if you go to countries like Morocco, countries like Cape Verde, omo sika omo nye free tourism no, and omo dey rules, omo dey big infrastructure, a driver economic development. And you know, ubet sika free tourism. Why don't we invest? Knowing very well that say the returns no, remember when you sika be brave. The same as roads. So when him say this particular road, see I make say Kumasi, Accra, you can talk about it. The expressway on person you can talk about it. But I've always maintained say if we had spent money to construct the Accra Kumasi road, the dual carriage Accra Kumasi road, e can emphasize Ghana ebenya no. Enka ebe bebre ama yetimi grow economy no ama yenyeska. Until we are going to do what we call economic roads. Quickly complete the Accra Kumasi. We do Accra Cape Coast to Takrade, Takrade to Kumasi, Kumasi to Tamale, Tamale to Boga Paka and to Wa. So we yes our roads we open up the economy. People can move everywhere. Traders can move. When you produce goods, you can send it anywhere. You better sika. That is what we are talking about. Now we are big pushy. Road projects in big pushing. No, it is targeting certain regions.
Yeah, big pushing.
Big pushing.
Right.
What they targeting some regions be neglecting. Obviously neglecting Greater Accra region and Ashanti region. Okay.
Big push no so be ya kwan no.
Oh.
En krampu pini mantam ni Asante mantam de.
Mention. Because Honorable Abuja no or by one of his first statements or call of Kokan say MPP for the Greater Accra kwan ye rules. Ashanti region kwan ye rules. Na busa won say e di 18 ye rules. To serve people, to connect economic centers so that you can move goods and services from one place to the other. Ghana's economy, the population, Greater Accra and Ashanti region, account for over 35% of the votes of the population. And these two regions, and the economic heartbeat of our country. And so if you are bringing a road development program, you call it big push, and you want to use emotions, say. In the past in the high roads were let's just say you don't know what you are doing.
Your intent honorable me bo Asantefo no say big push no yeah touch on roads no Asantefo no we deny am target.
Yeah, and his point is also percent was stop we use in the parliament as well can say stop rural urban migration. Into your rules no a year. Your rules no a be a but a cry your rules there. We call it agricultural rules and our farm rules and our feeder rules. Yeah. But you don't build effort. Baby, you mentioned say or more fire more ban so many. Of course, you say road but the type of road sometimes you cry no call. I've been to a farm in America in near Chicago. Road no na yentaso but the edubio so many daso. It's not tired ko telling you so na a friend of agricultural road, a friend of farm road or na feeder road.
Yeah,
that is what a person people buy na person dey drip machines no said the bear will be a quackoti and no by beer no betting their back town very fast. So I say now also we could build it asphalt in the world small towns are to stop a year if I say yeah and I can't be down with me crab bank and I mean what exactly I'm easy so it's it's targeting it's not targeting the economic centers and it's not a good thing. It's not strategic. That's what I'm saying. It's not strategic. The toss me the program also neglecting certain key roles and now your crowd are starting.
Okay.
For instance, now you're starting a Kwabio, Ashanti region, a friend of Kokobin and New Kanta. Udu Kumasi and Soposo called Boasia. It's one of the busiest roads. We had the more commencement on my age, man. Big program, big push program nearby, no, or may year free.
Kokobin and Young Quanta.
Solar wa,
but maybe young Conan Kakra, Nagana Fontas. MPP by Kokobin and Yasin Quanta. Adriasin Quanta road, you know. Na stage being MPP free, so now a do stage.
Oh, I think they have done about 10% because it be since November Muno.
Na mo start.
And start
10% no wajai ni nyina.
I think it's even more, maybe 20%. I can provide the figure.
Okay, I feel
Solar wa.
Okay,
I signed the contract for Solar wa. And so my year from CC. It's a very important road. I tell you Bukwada so. I Kwame down so. Contractor was on site. Emma the MP no. My brother Chumesi. You can know the difference. According to one so I can be crying a man away because time my road no cast on the color bay. And
no contractor was so.
No contractor also.
But a year free.
Yeah, contractor also.
And come big push in home.
And come big push in home. So I said they it's not part of their financing plan. Now, what is even more worrying is that since President Kufuor's time, there has been a strategic plan by Ministry of Roads and Highways, particularly Ghana Highways Authority, to dualize certain strategic roads in the country by starting from Accra to Kumasi, which is the road with the busiest traffic in Ghana. President Kufuor started from Circle Ekopim Achimota on a year, from Achimota to Ofanko, President Kufuor on a year, from Insawam to Apega, President Kufuor on a year, from bypass I free in Sawam Road no. So and the bypass I can watch. There's also another bypass a free in Koko main road no. Then you know President Kufuor na ye.
Okay.
What the view say enka next government in the bar no ko beto aso. And the President Kufuor aban free so. And Ghana for the common NDC. And omo buy they did not add a single kilometer of road on the corridor. The house I could put in the neck for bye. And here say we will continue with that plan. Until see make say ye kwane free Osino, ye free Enyinem, ye free Enyiresi, ye free Konongo. These are the Bonibeka say the choking points, the urbanized sections of the corridor. Uduwa inipa bebre ho ye di dwo ho ntino traffic na nti we could that corner here no say o kosa na studies have shown say it will complete say a year a be reduce traffic by about 3 hours. I came from Kumasi on Tuesday. Yeah, we do Konongo with the traffic in 2 hours.
Konongo
do hono. So me about 3 kilometers being column. Let me the traffic for 2 hours. Meanwhile, there's a project going on. Ye traffic in Atukulechi. Sa dualization and bypasses. Mahama say on to Asubiu. The physical progress rate of these ranging from 54%, 58% to 100%. There's one that is 100% complete. Mahama say on now he's now going to build what he calls an expressway, 6 lanes, Accra to Kumasi. It's investment I way no. Ayo. Meanwhile, say you sir bypasses here is left with just 94 kilometers. You 94 kilometers now. There's a dual carriage road from Accra to Kumasi. You don't want to complete finish this plan. You want to start because say he knows to say
maybe when he plan that will hold that no or besisa no kra.
Besisa no.
I start 10 for.
Now when him ade do. Oko Kumasi to. O ka kire Ashanti region for say Obesta Expressway no. Na ebe start next year. Now we project no. Asano Frabanso. What it means is that he's going to use less than 3 years
to complete
to
execute that
project.
Mm-hmm.
I stand here today.
Now continue.
Me a former minister for Works and Housing and Infrastructure Ministry. Me a former minister for Roads and Highways. I'm also a trained planner. Nothing serious went into that announcement by the president. For me, it's just a political path.
107.3.
Because now you just be about talk.
Exactly. Be about talk. And Lawrence Rebecca says sales talk and carry. Because Wednesday, Abuja is supposed to the president. Was a project no? A fake crown or mobile high consultant. I'm gonna be feasibility studies. Now, when you feasibility study, how do you determine say project exactly? Because you feasibility study now, and now the soil test. Oh yes, soil test. Now the capacity of the soil. If you crown now, could do baby, so breaky rock and send what you have to us. There is no design. There is no environmental impact assessment. And you go through procurement processes to hire, first of all, a consultant, and secondly, a contractor. That process can take a year. So, on what basis did President Mahama make that announcement to say the project will start next year and it will be completed by the time he leaves office? It's propaganda. They just want to undermine the road project to Kumasi the same way that they did when they were in the office for 8 years. Enti hadwin e kwan amufo de manifesto no e hadwin as omde omakoma and emotions. I just cannot understand why the president and his government and the minister want to abandon an existing project that is more than halfway through.
Number saying stage, completion stage. Number saying
because bypasses no, the physical progress no, it ranges from 58% to 100%.
Okay.
And skaka kremi say omudi shemye na ewie e hono nko na e be reduce traffic by 3 hours. Then we do the and next day Kumasi kwa it's like 8 hours. Yeah. Na yebeye the 94 na yenyan dualizing ye no kwa ho and 2 hours to Kumasi. You can get there. 2 hours, 2.5. You can get there.
From trying to Kumasi.
Yes, you can get there. But also omobe expressway. Na says can okaso be expressway no. It can do dual carriage to Accra, from Accra to Kumasi. It can do dual carriage from Accra to Cape Coast.
No be you need na for.
Na etimiya here another one cry maybe a Eastern Corridor cry the betimi that so amenawie. So it's betimi aye other important project our person will use or this kind of cost send keke. What abandoning jettisoning an existing project. I say ahoden this kaka clear be the shame one and to perform the same duty functions.
As a former roads minister, I then the baba be decide they say akwan ya ye baby aye adri ye de kakra bi ka ho a ye be wie kwan no be decide say there be me ko start bi fufuro kra na aban no ofra kunwa so de no mabot
politics politics. Because when say we use our project now, the MPP for next year, any budget when you into all sen. Now on abro politics. Politics. Politics.
We have a long way to go.
We have a long way.
And to politics,
ma Dr. Bawumia ama ya MPP antena so amia nyi juma partner. Omodi Ghana for abro. Bebre ka. Nkrofobia na mo constituency ye to oba no no be ye kwakoto. Omani ba ho no na ya.
Ye be di fie nkomo pa. Akwan wodo a MPP aban betena konwa so aban no ye nwure ye di nkomo no was 13,624 kilometers. Eno ani akwan ya asa December 2024 na MPP aban aye ehin na yenye sika fridi ya akwan because man who say aban obey we decide this pension for o musika and o mo de be ye akwan e wo kroma.
Oh,
your take on it.
Say yeah aban no yenye sika free gold, yenye sika free oil, yenye sika free cocoa. This kind nyina ba. That's what we have and a revenue. You know, you have a consolidated fund from the revenue, and foreign receipts, exports, the other banner. And one need to be education, and one need to be all government expenditure. Decided say, apart from education, this can be precaution. We are also prioritizing expenditure or spending into road infrastructure. It's but just a matter of priority. Remember earlier on, I said you'll be a friend of propelling sector. If you invest in that sector, you will get more returns. Then you make money. Because, for instance, cocoa. If you invest in cocoa, it means the cocoa cocoa rows. Cocoa rows means that cocoa communities no rows. Exactly. So when I talk about economic rules, these are the kind of rules I'm talking about. It has direct bearing on productive sectors. Other sectors. And we prioritize road construction, road development. Yes.
Right, I feel no abeke ho a Shannon's mama say asase part 107.3. Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye ne need nkomo former Minister of Roads and Highways. One concern eba akwan a sa Pokuase eko nsawom suhum kwan na MPP aban brebe na aban no MPP aban na we na dwen se obetumi awie sa kwan ni so far mudru he na mujan se because to enforce this by your mum person better so and they say they are amana kesi contractors or free side.
It's part of the dualization project. It's part of it. In that session, there's no road in Ghana traffic wasa kwanso. The essence and you know I bind this idea say because the traffic was in beam na casa apply the communities around omo lane nko na dey echo straight to Nsawam to Kumasi to you know so no omo nya direct free access enti the my company the friend of Maripoma, one of the best local contractors on one also na tema motorway expansion project now there are different sources of funding. You got some funds from Afrism. You're using government of Ghana also, and also a loan facility be from to also support. Now, you say COVID-19, the far is also be brave. Now, a basano. Well, him say maybe cry chum. Na school crying uncle. Ejuma krani enko asori krani enko nti ma world economy no ebafo the cent no omo ani ye use o musika external credit ani e woni nyina no mu jai sika no dema some fam omo withdraw sika no kopim say world economy no e be stable and on a many of these projects no quite chikakra. But even with that no, of Anko, na government of Ghana and mano support kakra anti they be an site.
Yeah.
Kopim say free so where nyesika ama up to now. Enra honorable Abu just say oma manisika. Enra na
no kasa
Wednesday no was say oma manisika. Obo sika be say 300 million so money for Anko. Na me can you say almost share that say omuntu contract cantem. It was a strategy. Almost say so omo contract sika ebi de kwa kofa no mafra bochire kwa kofa machines ni ade enti no there will be a pressure on the dollar. So they've been doing various artificial things to keep the city to bring the city down. It's one of their fears. They say omutu contract sika kwa kofa problem na ba enti na finance minister he be so twen no be reading the media review no, which in his own calculations no, by that time no na pressure be my into wait me because inflation cry say they say I feel no say omo accumulative 4 billion
nti a binding interest into no timamufo suffer
and you must suffer pa. Can you imagine say from January to like I said from December cry to August year room into a contractors.
Wow.
Do you know the rippling effect? It's serious.
Right,
but they did that deliberately.
Ordinary Ghanaian will feel maybe say na sika wo ha contractors no ye betimi dey twa omoka from
that
generate
sika no, but omo so muntu
abroni
because omo feel say omo it will put pressure on the dollar and the cedi dynamics no ama currency no akosoro because no omo the two omo say omo na aye ama dollar no aba form cedi ni kosoro nti nuntra
because me tin crofo bi one say sabe en satia na nyepe nyan crofo nyina na etimi dwene mano da sumina so ekwachiri MPP aban ko na wa ma contractors nyina free kwan ne so se na be ya NDC aban ho be tan na mbeka sa aban yi ba yi kro ntimi nto aso
no your contract na contractor dey wo be do control no
okay
no contractors crowd there nanka aban abafofo no omo nyina dey all move towards there because contractors omo ne current government e adwuma cause na otua de ka
yeah
and the MPP ni ntimi ko kan and as MPP party ntimi ko kan contractor be say adwuma we will not even listen to you. Contractors they work with the ruling government because the country now by Tuamoka. But NDC for decided Tuamoka deliberate. The money was there.
Right after transition, Rose Minister by what we know what I say paying Edin Komo say we transition nkrata mu di jechire ewo ministry hono esi nchen say bia menu Asenso-Boakye wona na ye Rose Minister e na wokọ me na maba me pa adwuma mu ye ne koduru he de ne de he na mu ye sa nkomudie ni bi akoso na
Debbie. Except that I'm a member of the Roads and Transport Committee. Enti na saying na omo pese road to omedeba no mu hia committee na adwene ho. Inti no mu shy ma me eka me views job but just on that particular subject matter and it was in the name of the committee
but adwuma wa ye bebrebe the one was supervise one monitor somebody ye misa wo ho hwe and the secret bi wo mu kura na they are not ready to listen to you.
There's too much partisanship in our body politics. Yeah, I say that because if this road minister is a friend, it's my colleague. My schoolmate, university mate, colleague, it would have been even easier to do that. But yes, sir, it's all because of partisanship.
But do you feel bad, say, as a former minister, now will be better for Juma, so now would him because if you hold a hoping and to your cafe was somewhere, do you be around a bit of a briefing upon say, fear will come me ABCD. Now, as at now, want to be no one to see Missa Bibia.
Well, I'm available if he finds it useful, necessary to seek my view or experience on something. I'll be more than happy because I do so with the understanding that I am doing for the country.
But do you feel bad?
No, I don't feel bad. I don't feel he's not duty bound to do that. But there are some I know who have done that. Yeah, who have done that. Oh, this we work on be bit my first. Oh, this, you know. Send it now.
Project by road project by na.
But there's when I was the housing minister.
No, country.
No, housing ministry. The housing minister. He's called me a couple of times to ask me about projects. And the entity person
and this is by
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the housing minister.
The Rose Minister,
Baby.
Project Ben and a dawa kuma super say main Rose Minister. Say a coin we yetimi wie AMPP aban timi wie nka me da masumbe tome pa and afofi anto ata to me friend MPP sir.
Any Kumasi Accra dualization, Accra Kumasi dualization.
107.3.
Damakuma super. Not because I'm from Kumasi. Not because I use that road all the time, but because of its economic importance to the development of our country. Who just needs little resources and little effort to get it completed. No, I don't mean politics no more.
Right, Meda say bibia ni akwan ho a ye ni party nkomo 2 minutes enye party nte from akwan sem ye from but efie ni fie what by say ye di efie enkomo so kakra na ye hwede e wo fie so far I believe say what me ya dream say MPP believe in reflecting, rebuilding to recapture. Healing process no so far it was saying as former minister and an MP.
Bonohini, abre koto abaya idin kugui. Enipa no bebre abamabu. Eyomo ya. If you say bebre ni say abani boy juma pa. No munti ase say e de na aban timi ye juma say, especially the president. Na itimi akwa koto abana ye lusu say. It bebre dia bobo. Now, some person can say losing an election is part of the political process. The whole world, parties, especially parties are almost 8 times no more year. In America, so far, many fee is only President Reagan. And I'll hand over the vice president. Yeah. Don't do it is yeah. So what I say. But we know you say yeah Juma, you bet me nya kunya na twas. Enti say akwa election na say lose wa. Ya de. But nya de bia e ka say BC da. Nti amanfo enya abotre. Na enoma bia e fi say ye bia anya yi ankoyi no. Before say nantine say uhintina and out here. No say nanti.
Yeah.
The business anyi any atnas you call back to the drawing board. Then say we say you be an can say you talk to the people who voted. The people who didn't come to vote. We are still in the process of doing that. Let me just say yes our process when we are. Let's say who and no be our missteps. Steps be any let's say correcting. Couple what aban buy no more year enkoye and all one so kan wadwuna na abechew and po adom ukura na o kan mema say eh on ka say be o tro but I'm saying we are na so mo de hu ehye nkofum
yeah
so we are by are we proud of this kind of administration, this kind of leadership? So want me freedom of expression. Some 40 years ago, a breaky silence. Am Ghana for nya annoy the Kasano? And then walk over to radios. Let's all come Wasimana. Yeah, bet you. It's not good. So I was expecting opinion say, oh no, why your politics are check. Think on to me no more reason happen. Look at this NDC for who are hard my office no they course so Look at Yablekuma.
And
Crimes going on without impunity. It's like a failed state. When they decided to right from even campaign time, say Chief Justice I'm sorry, not true to their words. Chief Justice. Now, more finding bibia Eddie Pamono. Is it good? Is it fair? It's not good. I was expecting Senka, baby Eddie Ghana be drew. I Ghana for tomorrow. Come to me at Tenassi. No matter me take Ghana to the next level, so that to benefit the ordinary Ghanaian. Not to come and settle personal scores. So say why do you say attorney about for the by inti who cases I be a person be prosecuting no e be on prema on the person into person we in free no akofo be or buy or kan ana and then know this so that is not good. Yeah,
right. But if you some kakrebi me person how because I know who you are. Yanhwe hit a free Kennedy camp Bawumia camp ye be den amma then ye see a party ni ye na adjubrate me ba.
Sorry we me PhD projects no na say open details no all the projects I nya or the nyina send me e wa ha because me ba no say me say so no team na oni nyina they send me e wa ha. Into no we are meet me abubacho.
Okay, ya mo bokra ne hia. Na ye expose o mo na ye
we greater Accra.
Yeah.
Upgrading of pram and yam roads. No nkwana say 10 kilometers. Upgrading of surface dressing on internal roads within Adjungano township. Surface dressing on internal road within the Adjungano Junction near Hilton View Hotel. You know, upgrading of lot 3. It was 10 kilometers. How was it there? Wali, and also Gambaga Nampaduri Road, Dabuya Maguri. Eastern Corridor Roads, lot 6.
Okay. I wish Yabeje Monday at Tracia Rose
from Oti to Greater Accra.
Okay.
I had missed the list now.
And don't worry, young party assembly na yanko. Yabeje listen na fi ya twaso. So then be ma asundua ba Kennedy Bawumia. Do you think that at 1st January 2026 early elections, presidential primaries, in the bit ma jobre abana?
It can because many people independent be brave say the yen in tema na kasa be brave no switcha and as yen in terms so elections they some elections but even at their constituency level crown we be na nkofo di do ho term na dey until you need some time for healing until am before the car say yen in terms some of us if you say ne kwaso ano na me who say normally no omo leaders no ya na omo enyom na problem no omo di echi no ene ya na ekofu for na ade because me say Kennedy any Bawumia hia na so wo kasa di nkomo a e dey na wo odi echi so wo kon tokwa nti omo na ide afutu omo say omo nya sa ade na we are looking for somebody me no when I'm going to vote I will look at the dynamics. So what you say?
But for now, wouldn't you favorite we are?
Oh, I'm almost concluded who I believe can win for us.
Your best take it here, why?
Open say we had them become. Now to say what they deal to.
Brand new.
So guy open tissue.
Brand new.
Who want to carry now tissue now? Oh
yeah. Where you feel, bro?
But I have no doubt in my mind. Yeah, two about for phone. I mean, you lose relation for phone. Now my journey, my class I've looked at all the candidates, and I have come to firm conclusion. almost 95%. It's not 100%. 95%. I've come to a firm conclusion. Say there's a particular candidate. Obetimi aboa. Ama yetimi awini.
Is it yeah twice one SSM?
I'm saying so Petusho. Petusho. Tusho no director no twa. Tusho so on me kra no o twa to pen.
Also bumbe Tusho
no on pe mo. Nti no na o pe. Na say I'm not giving you indication of who you. I'm saying say open to lotto numbers am no kan was on.
Right, me not talk here. Me am for few calls. Say be no be person be say wasema on 057 777 1073 057 777 1073. First caller on the line. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Me patro din ba bi ati en cafe.
Nana ko di sukutu di satellite.
Nana, Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye wa ha, otie.
Honorable former Minister Michel and anyway. Now, my question be me be. Now, me pese me bisa. Number one, other than 24 former ministers no. If NDC 4 ministers no mabano. Ebe ki come one seminar, ebe din throw ministry na mu fi ho na. Mumma out, na mumma Ghana for ewu se na tie. Okuja to buy, ebe can't follow me